Okay, so this time we focus on strategic management, of course, related to production and operation management. Strategic management in production and operation management involves the integration of long-term goals and objectives into the operational framework of an organization. Pag sinabi kasi natin strategic plan, that is 3 years or 5 years, then yung operational plan, every year, yung 3 years na yun, anong ginagawa natin? Okay? So, it focuses on the alignment of production processes, resource allocation, and operational efficiency with the overall business strategy to create a competitive advantage and achieve sustainable growth. No, strategy management in this context is important because it ensures that the operations are not just efficient but also effective in supporting the company's broader strategic goals. One of the key aspect of strategic management is production and operation management is ensuring that operational decisions are aligned with the company's business strategy. And this alignment involves making decisions about product design, product processes, technology investment, and supply chain management that support the company's market position and long-term objectives. For instance, a company pursuing a cost leadership strategy may focus on streamlining operation, reducing waste, and optimizing supply chains to minimize costs, no? Conversely, a company that differentiates itself through innovation might prioritize flexibility in operation, investing in advanced manufacturing technologies and R&D to quickly bring into products and to market. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our next presenter. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. So, I want this topic to be very interactive kasi ang topic na to is nakaka-relate tayong lahat. So, I am the next presenter related to strategic management. Gusto ko muna malaman at first, sino-sino sa atin dito kasi ang broad ng topic strategic management, but it tackles more on operations and production. Sino-sino sa atin dito ang nagtatrabaho under operations? Meron ba? Alam ko meron Grace na lang kayo ng hand. Yan, operations. Diba? Tapos, meron rin naman under production or may idea about production. So, this topic will help us on how to analyze or how to make strategy in a long-term run. Kasi nga, katulad ng nabanggit ni Sir kanina, when we say strategic or strategic management, it tackles about long-term plans or in the latter part of the, makikita natin ano ba talaga yung definition ng strategic management. So, meron ng nagtrabaho sa production, meron rin nagtrabaho sa or may idea about sa operation. So that's a good thing kasi mai-relate natin yung sarili natin dito sa topic ngayon. First, we have to define ano nga ba yung strategic management. Kasi for us to know better, we have to define muna yung mga meaning niya. So, as per research, strategic management is the planning, strategizing, and goal settings that determines the trajectory and direction of a company or business. So its function is to create the organization's future and boost performances by developing specific plans for achieving goals. So as discussed by Sir Marmelo kanina, kapag gumawa tayo na strategic plan, kasi long-term ang goal at strategy na gagawin nito, so it can last for 3 to 5 years yung mga plans natin. Long-term plan kasi para sa ma-achieve natin yung goal. Then doon naman sa book, ang sinasabi dito, significant ang business strategy and competitiveness in determining the success of a firm in the current business environment. So, bawat business kasi meron kanya-kanyang strategy na needed natin para sa mga long-term goals and objectives. So, bawat decision-making process and different areas of the firm. So, nakapasok dito whether operations ka or sa production ka, you need pa rin ng strategic management. Operations are essential for implementing the strategic vision and ensuring that the company daily actions are in line with the overall corporate goals. So, yung bawat strategy na dun sa nabasa ko kasi, yung strategic plan, pwede siyang ginagawa siya ng the two phase eh. Pwede yung upper management, pero hindi nila yun magagawa or hindi nila ma-execute without the help na rin ng lower management o yung people itself. Yung mga upper management, yan yung mga bosses natin or tayo, kung isa na rin tayo sa team ng upper management, pwede na rin isa tayo sa mga gumagawa ng mga decision making, di ba? Pero sa bawat decision na gagawin natin, we also ask the idea or the help ng mga people within our team. Kasi sila yung mas nakakaalam. Ano ba yung nangyayari sa operations? Ano ba yung nangyayari sa management? Ano ba yung nangyayari sa production? Ano ba yung mga dapat nating gawin and streamline para mapabilis at ma-achieve natin yung goals natin. So ako, personally, being part of nasa management team na rin ako. So nakarelate ako dito sa strategic management. So ito yung other definition sa other research ko. So what is strategic management? Ito naman, crucial aspect of business focusing in different aspects and on the efficient and effective creation of goods and services. So strategic management, on the other hand, involves setting long-term and determining the best way to achieve them. Kasi maraming idea, maraming strategy, minsan ang tagal-tagal nag-meeting, minsan nga maghapon pa yung strat meeting na yan eh. Pero yung execution, yun yung mahalaga. Na-execute ba siya? Kasi baka puro talkish lang, hindi siya na-execute, di ba? Sayang na may mga magagandang idea. So, dun din sa may nabasa ko na kahit gaano kaganda ang idea, kung hindi siya na-execute, useless rin siya kung hindi siya na-execute na maayos or hindi siya na-implement ng maayos. So here's a brief overview or how these areas intersect. So mahalaga sa bawat strategic management, nandyan kasama niya yung operation and production management. We have the process management na involved, quality control, supply chain management, and inventory management. Actually, itong mga topic na to, nandun rin naman siya sa mga susunod na mga part or ng mga report. Next is several keys. O meron tayong tinatawag na strategic management focuses on overall direction of the company and its objective. So ito yung mga several keys na involved dito. We have the setting of objective. So, pag nagsiset tayo ng objective, we have to establish what the organization's aim to achieve. So, kunwari, kapag nag-set na ng strategic plan meeting ang company nyo, syempre dapat may objective yan. Kapag nagpadala na ng minutes of meeting para sa mga bosses or sa mga heads, magagawa ng strategic management. Actually, kadalasan kasi yan, merong sa may year end, meron na at the beginning of the year para sa strategy ng buong taon o sa mga susunod na taon. So we have to know the objectives. Next is analyzing the competitive environment. So we have to understand the external factors that can impact the organization, analyzing the internal organization. So yung mga assessing internal resources and capabilities, formulating, nandun na tayo sa form, na-analyze na natin yung external. And then, pumasok na rin yung mga internal, factors. Then, dun pa lang papasok yung formulating strategies, magde-develop na ng mga plans to set yung objectives na sinet natin nung umpisa pa lang. And then, kapag na-formulate na yung mga strategy, yun na, doon na i-implement yung mga strategy. So, ito yung putting the plans in action. Then, kapag na-implement na lahat ng strategy na ibaba na sa operation, dito natin makikita kung effective ba lahat ng strategy na yon. So, meron silang tinatawag na evaluating and controlling. So, we're in monitoring progress and making necessary adjustments. Hindi kasi lahat ng strategy, pag naibaba na sa operation o naibaba na sa production, ganun na lang. Lagi yan merong evaluation. Yung may tinatawag silang, kami ang tawag namin dyan post-evaluation. Yung mga ginawa ba namin, yung mga efforts ba namin before nag-set kami ng meeting, then nung na-implement yung strategy, yung post-evaluation, ano nangyari, anong naging result. So, yun yung isa. Kunwari, sample ko na lang itong katatapos na 3-day sale ng SM. So, nagkaroon kami ng strategic planning. How can, hit our quota? Yun na lang kasi nasa operations ako eh. So, paano ba na yung mga gagawin? At anong support maibibigay ng marketing? Anong support na ibibigay ng mga partners namin on the back office? Anong support nila? And then from there, ibababa isa-isa ano ba yung mga factor nakapag sa environment or yung sa external, nakapagbigay na ba tayo ng permit, nakapagbasa na ba tayo ng permit. Sa internal organization, meron na ba tayong mga stocks na ibebenta para sa 3-day sale, yung parang ganon. Formulating strategies, ano yung mga discounts na ibibigay natin para maging effective yung 3-day sale. So, na-implement na, itinaas na lahat ng mga signages. And then, on the day of the 3-day sale, kompleto ng manpower. And then, ang post-evaluation na ginawa namin ngayon, post-evaluation in a way na nakakota ba kami? Anong ginawa namin? Ang efforts ba? Anong ginawa? Ano yung best practices na nagawa? Bakit kayo nakakota? Or kung hindi nyo man na-hit yung plan nyo, ano yung mga need pa i-improve? So, yun lang yung example na ako mismo, kaya ako nakarelate dito kasi I myself is part rin ng sa pagdoing ng strategic management plan. Next. Meron tayong tinatawag na Advanced Production and Operations Management. Kasi yun nga yung sa course natin, di ba? So, sa bawat company, meron talagang ganyan, Advanced Production Operations Management. Sila yung nagde-determine and implementing business strategies, making substantial impact on the organizational competitiveness in global marketplace. So, karaniwan, dito naman is talagang mga upper management ang bumubuo nito. Kasi critical thinking na talaga yung ginagamit para sa pag-strategize at the same time pag-implement. So, anong role niya sa strategic management? So, we have this one. First is strategic alignment. When we say strategic alignment, yung APOM, ang intervention niya dyan is ini-ensure niya na yung production and operations plans are in line with the overall business objective. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng puro na lang plano pero hindi naman siya naka-align sa objective ng organization. Magiging useless rin yung mga strategic plans na gagawin natin. So sila, ini-ensure nila yung APOM na yung mga plans are in line with the overall business objective. This alignment guarantees that operational actions are directly contributing to the achievement of broader strategic objectives, hence improving the organizational competitive position. So yung number one is strategic alignment. Next is we have the cost efficiency. Siyempre, sa lahat ng strategy, hindi natin may iwasan laging may cost-related matter yan, pera, budget, di ba? So, yung APOM specializes in streamlining operation procedure to attain cost efficiencies. They entails optimizing production process, minimizing inefficiencies, and enhancing the usage of resources, then promoting cost-effective strategies that bolster competitiveness. Siyempre, kung gagastos lang rin tayo, we have to make sure that every cent counts, di ba? So, ngayon, kung magdadagdag tayo, kunwari, ng tao sa production, make sure na productive siya. Hindi lang dahil yun yung nasa objective natin, magdagdag tayo ng plantilla. We have to make sure yung idadagdag nating plantilla, madodoble ba yung result ng production, makakadagdag ba siya sa benta, makakadagdag ba siya sa quantity ng item na mapuproduce. So yun yung isa sa ini-ensure ng APOM na ang bawat budget na inilalabas, maa-attain niya yung cost efficiencies. Okay lang magdagdag ng budget. Katulad na lang, kunwari sa amin, sa SM, hindi namin iniisip na magdagdag ng kahera kung ang bawat cashier naman sa SM ay productive, kung bawat cashier naman ay makakapag-transact ng customer na bumili. Hindi naman kasi pwedeng ang dami-daming bumibili pero ang konti-konti ng kahera. So, isa sa strategy na ginawa is magdagdag tayo ng cashier. Kasi sa bawat cashier, ang bawat natatransact niya is makakadagdag ng productivity. So, hindi lang basta dinagdagan yung cashier. Na-compute na rin, kapag nagdagdag tayo ng cashier, makakadagdag siya ng ganitong klaseng benta. Ganun yung ginagawa kapag nag-i-strat meeting kami. Hindi lang kami nagbadagdag ng plantilla. Kakibat nun is alam na dapat namin yung productivity na maipoproduce niya or na maiko-contribute niya. Okay? Doon naman sa quality management, APOM, they ensures that the quality and product or ay may quality talaga. So they are not after the quantity. Sobrang daming ang quantity na na-produce pero yung quality naman wala, di ba? So delivering products or superior quality not only meets customer expectations but also aid in establishing a favorable brand image and long-term competitive advantage. So makikita nyo, sa dami-dami ng kakompetitor ni SM, marami pa rin siyang customer. Kahit napakadami na niyang kalaban sa online, marami na lahat naman halos ng nabibili sa SM, meron na rin sa online, di ba? Pero, at the end of the day, umabalik pa rin yung tao sa SM because we are after with the quality and the services na pinoprovide. Oo, mura nga siya sa online. Pero yung quality, di ba, minsan expectation versus reality pagdating sa atin ng item, nadidisappoint lang tayo dahil yung ine-expect nating quality na pinakita ng model dun sa online is hindi ganun pagdating sa bahay natin. And also the services, kasi yung services, mahalaga rin yan na meron kang nakakausap, na regarding dun sa item na binibili mo, meron kang makakausap when it comes dun sa, if ever kung may return ka naman or may issue ka dun sa item. So yung APOM, ini-ensure nila na hindi lang quality, pati product and services is one of the top, one of the top of the mind ng management. Next is supply chain integration. APON places great importance on the incorporation of supply chain management. It guarantees smooth and efficient coordination throughout the entire process, starting with the acquisition of raw materials to the final delivery of the product. So, integrated supply chain optimizes the operational efficiency and minimize lead times and boost overall competitiveness. Kung sa production ka, so mahalaga syempre na yung bawat tao na nagtatrabaho doon is meron pa silang meron pa silang ginagawa. Syempre kapag nagkulang ka ng raw materials, magi-stop ba yung trabaho? Hindi mo ba muna papapasukin yung mga employee mo? Ganun din naman kunwari nasa operations ka. Kunwari wala nang stock, walang dumarating na stock. Ibig sabihin mo doon, hindi na kami papasok kasi wala na kaming ibebenta. So, ang APOM, ini-ensure nila na sufficient yung supply chain management. Merong inilalabas at meron din mga paparating pa na orders. Lalo na pag galing sa sales, siyempre ang daming nabenta. So, we make sure na okay pa ba yung okay pa ba yung laman ng stock room nyo? Marami pa bang pwedeng i-display ng items? So, doon pumapasok yung supply chain integration. For the technology integration naman, APOM utilizes cutting-edge technology including artificial intelligence, automation, and the Internet of Things to improve operational procedure. So, the integration leads to heightened efficiency, less mistakes, and enhanced competitiveness through the introduction of novel ideas and methods. So, dito sa technology integration, aminin man natin o hindi, napabilis talaga nito at na-improve niya yung operational efficiencies natin sa trabaho. Kung dati, lahat ng reports natin, minamanual pa natin para makuha natin yung final result, ngayon, encode mo lang sa system, in a bit, makukuha mo na kung magkano yung naging benta nyo this last few days, magkano na yung naging ganito nyo, ganon. So, ang laki ng tulong ng technology integration sa buhay natin ngayon sa operations and sa production. Well, may tamang abuse or hindi rin tamang paggamit ng technology. Meron din naman siyang pros and cons. But this time, we have to make sure na ang technology is nakakatulong siya sa atin. Lalo na yung internet. Meron tayo dyan na dati kapag nagbebenta tayo, ang target lang natin yung within the nearby areas kasi sila lang yung nakakaalam ng item natin, di ba? Pero this time, dahil sa help ng technology, nakikita na tayo sa iba't ibang part of the world. Nakikita na yung item natin sa iba't ibang part ng Pilipinas. Pwede na silang umorder kahit malayo sila. So yun yung isa sa benefits ng technology integration. Next is agility and responsiveness. APOM facilitates the ability of PM to adapt and react promptly involving market conditions. So the ability to quickly adjust to change in demand, new trends, or unforeseen interruption is crucial for maintaining an competitive edge over time. So, sinasabi nga na change na, ano ba tawag dito? Change is the only permanent in this world. So dapat, as part of the management or as part of the team, dapat lagi tayo nakaka-adapt sa evolving change. Hindi lang dahil part ito ng pagbabago eh. Kasi kapag naiwan ka na doon, hindi ka rin mag-grow. So, 'di ba nakita nyo unti-unti yung mga tao or yung mga business na dati wala naman silang, they are not after with technology. Sasabihin nila, okay naman, mabenta naman ako kahit wala ako sa internet o wala akong pinopost sa internet. Pero, aminin man nila o hindi, once na mag-viral nga lang yung isang post nila o isang video, makaka-boost yon nung benta nila or nung item nila. So ngayon, lahat is nag-a-adapt na sa change. At isa rin yun sa mga sinasaba na when making strategic planning. Another is market dynamics analysis. It allows PM to adapt quickly and effectively to dynamic situations. So parang related rin siya dyan, the ability to rapidly adjust to changes in demand. Yan, yung sinasabi ko, kung demand, new trends, or unforeseen interruption is crucial for maintaining a competitive edge over time. Yung isa nga sa nakita ko, yung nanalo si Carlos Yulo dun sa Olympics, lahat may pa-promo regarding Carlos Yulo. May basta kung Carlos pangalan mo, free kang ganito, di ba? Ang dali lang maka-adapt sa change, which is nagagamit pa nila in a way para ma-boost yung company and to make a competitive edge among their competitors. Next is product innovation. APOM so facilitates the incorporation of innovative elements into a manufacturing operations. So adopting innovative technologies and designs principles and enables firms to distinguish their products and maintain competitiveness in rapid changing market. Katulad rin ng market dynamics, dapat nag-i-innovate in a way na feeling natin makakatulong sa latest trend, di ba? Makaka-adapt sa bagong technology kasi kung mapag-iwanan na tayo, may iwan na rin yung natin yung company natin eh. So, kung nakikita nyo trending ngayon yung pagpo-post sa social media, kung nakikita nyo trending ngayon yung pagpapadeliver, why not? Mag-invest tayo sa ganun. Why not? Itay rin natin basta tama lang naman yung strategic planning na isasabihin ng management is wala namang mawawala kung magta-try tayo. Especially kung itong mga to is makakatulong sa competitive advantage ng company or ng product. Next is customization and flexibility. APOM acknowledge the importance of customization and flexibility in the operations. So, organizations that can adapt quickly to unique customer requirements and gain a competitive edge, especially in the industries where personalized products or services are in demand. Ngayon kasi, dahil marami ng innovation, yan, pinapasok na rin natin yung customization. Kunwari, gusto mo, yung dati, pangkaraniwang baso lang ang iniinuman mo ng kape, ngayon gusto mo, may pangalan mo na. Kahit nga picture mo, meron na eh. So, naku-customize naman siya. And then, ikaw bilang company, dapat flexible ka sa mga demand or sa mga ganitong klaseng innovation na meron sa global market ngayon. So, yung APOM, dapat ina-acknowledge niya kasi isa ito sa mga pwede niya maging competitive advantage, lalo na kung isa sila sa mga naunang company na nag-customize, na flexible. Katulad rin sa amin sa SM, kung meron kayong mga, kunwari, meron kayong mga item na gusto nyo in bulk orders, pwede rin namin gawa ng paraan. We can coordinate with different types of supplier para mabigay yung mga needs nyo. Kunwari, yung mga tumbler, 'di ba, yung nasisikat na Aqua Plus ngayon, gusto mo may pangalan mo 'yan. Napag-aano naman siya, napag-uusapan. Hindi mo siya mabibili talaga basta-basta, pero pwede ka makipag-deal para kung bibili ka naman ng bulk items tapos gusto mo naka-customize, papamigay mo sa company mo, we can do that naman. So may mga ganon na open lang rin sa change and sa flexibility. Next, ayan, globalization strategies. APOM assist formulating execution global strategies in business operations. So managing diverse supply chain, addressing cultural consideration, and complying with international regulation are critical for global competitiveness. So part ng strategic planning is yan, kung naka-align pa ba tayo sa global strategies. So kahit nga sa mga cultural consideration dapat naka-align rin tayo kasi isa yan sa mga ginagamit natin when formulate and executing business operation strategy. Para if ever kung maging successful man yung business, hindi lang siya locally, pwede na rin siya international kasi naka-align naman siya sa globalization strategies and may mga tawag dito batas na naka-align ka rin na nag-aano rin naman kayo, sumusunod rin naman kayo. So isa rin 'yun sa global competitiveness mo, hindi lang laging local, lagi ka para may advantage ka. So meron ka na rin global competitiveness. And ito, isa sa hinahanap na rin ng mga ngayon, tawag dito, mga investor or ng mga tao na rin, is yung environmental sustainability. It incorporates sustainability practices in the operations decisions. So, hindi lang puro benta, hindi lang puro pera. Dapat, in a way, this includes also reducing environmental impact, adapting to eco-friendly processes, and meeting the growing consumer demand for environmentally responsible products and practices. So dito sa Quezon City kasi, eco-friendly na sila, hindi sila gumagamit ng plastic. So isa ang lagi nating ginagamit is paper na. So yan yung environmental sustainability rin na tumutulong rin yung mga company para mabawasan yung pollution sa environment natin, di ba? In other way possible. Kunwari, rin, environmental sustainability rin yung reducing environmental impact. Kunwari, pag may mga company na inaanyayahan na magpatay ng ilaw kapag Earth Day, mga ganon. So, may mga company naman talaga na hindi naman sila against doon. So, eto, yung APOM, they ensures lang naman na yung company nila is naka-align rin sa environmental sustainability. Then last is risk management. APOM actively address risk in operational landscape. So whether related to supply chain disruption, technological failures, or regulatory changes, effective risk management enhance an organization's ability to navigate uncertainties and maintain competitiveness. So when we say risk management, ito yung mga hindi nating inaasahan. Pwede nga siyang technological failure. Pwede rin pag kunwari pumutok yung bulkan sa may Tagaytay, may mga contingency plan ba yung mga hotel doon? Paano to make sure that their clients are safe? Yung mga ganon. So, lalo na nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, ano ba yung pwede nating i-address para maging safe yung mga employee. At the same time, we still after with the welfare of the employee and then ng company para hindi magsara. So yun yung mga isa rin sa kinoconsider ng APOM. So dito sa mga nabanggit ko, before we proceed to the next topic, meron pa po ba kayong pwedeng idagdag o i-share na nararanasan nyo ngayon in your company? Guys, kahit alin dyan, some example lang dito sa mga yan. So,
hi, Miss Jonalyn.
hello, Reggie.
Yeah, good afternoon. I heard your
Yan.
good afternoon. I heard from your report about the sustainability.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Actually, even in Wilcon, we also practice the sustainability because nowadays we really have to protect, our Mother Earth. So we in the La Mesa Dam, I'm sorry, in the Eco Park ba yun? We can also give a mga water saver urinal, tsaka water closets. So the company donates it also to those organizations for at least to save the water. And nowadays, we also have the Wilcon Company, all the Wilcon Company branches all over the country use the solar instead of electricity from the Meralco. So the solar, aside from we help also the environment, and at the same time, we reduce also the operating expenses of the company. So,
yeah, one-time investment yun, di ba? Pero long-term yung long-term yung result.
Yeah. And also the company produce a lot of recycles, outdoor, what you call this, furniture. Yung mga outdoor furniture na recycled into plastic. Made it takes process.
Yung ibang furniture nyo,
yung ibang furniture, may sustainability. Kasi tawag dito, there's also a specific government na nag-check ng mga ganong item. Meron But I forgot the name of that organization. So in Wilcon also, even since a year ago, past years, before pandemic, yun nga, ginagawa na rin ng company yon. So we also not use plastic, but instead we encourage every single customer to bring their own eco bag better. Or at the same time, we use a paper bag instead of plastic. In Quezon City, because, Belmonte is very much particular also with that kind of, yung ganong, nila, practice in Quezon City.
Maganda nga siya kasi talagang they really practice May mga pa sa local city na hindi pa pina-practice yung yung no plastic.
Well, actually, in a very layman's term is yung proper segregating. Kaya ginagawa din yon. Kailangan yung mga plastic bottle, meron din siya naka-specify din kasi may collector ang Quezon City Garbage. Even the boxes, yung mga XX boxes.
Household, required na kayo?
Yes, required din kami. We have to separate every single boxes excess from the store operations, and even yung mga plastic bottles ng customers, kailangan segregated yon kasi twice a week or thrice a week from the Quezon City government may umiikot to collect those.
Very good naman.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi natin magawa sa household natin sa mga bahay, no?
Sa bahay natin. Oo. Sobrang dami. Anyway, yun lang naman what I share, and thank you.
Thank you. Actually, mas maganda pag-usapan to kasi napapanahon siya at the same time na we also as a student is napapractice rin naman natin to sa mga kanya-kanya nating trabaho. As Reggie mentioned, very particular, lalo na yung mga company. Kasi may mga nag-check talaga na mga separate entity or separate organization when it comes to sustainability. Ma-share ko lang rin, yung lahat ng CR sa SM is gumagamit kami ng recycled, yung pang-flash, recycled water yon. Pero dumaan siya sa masusing, dinidistill din yun. Kaya sobrang linis na, tsaka may gamot. Kaya lahat ng water naman na ginagamit doon is recycled. At the same time, meron rin kaming mga portion sa kada department namin, kunwari sa mga pants, sa mga bedsheet, nagawa sa plastic. Nakalagay doon, came from recycled material. So may mga portion, may nakalagay doon environmental sustainability. Naka-highlight siya. Tapos pagkakita mo, gawa siya sa plastic. So requirement kasi yon na dapat kapag nagbebenta kami, is naka-align rin kami dyan sa environmental sustainability. Meron pa bang iba na gusto mag-share before we go to the next topic? Okay. So, let's proceed. Baka dito may ma-share kayo. Ito naman, example of strategic management. Nakahanap kasi ako ng example. So, para ano talaga tayo, ang tawag dito, makaintindi na paano ba ginagawa to strategic management na to. So let's say, a Profit Technical College wishes to increase a new student enrollment and enrolled student graduation rates over the next 3 years. So the purpose is to make the college known as the best buy for students' money among 5 for-profit technical colleges in the region with the goal of increasing revenue. So ano ang goal nila within next 3 years? Mapataas yung new student enrollment at the same time yung mga student graduation rate. So paano nila gagawin yon? In that case, strategic management means ensuring the school has funds to create high-tech classroom, hire the most qualified instructors, then the college also invests in marketing and recruitment and implements student retention strategies. The college leadership assess whether its goals have been achieved on a periodic basis. So, yan yung sample natin ng strategic management. So, dito, sinasabi na hindi lang siya, yung mga goal natin, dapat ma-execute rin natin. So, paano natin gagawin? Siyempre, dapat may mga high-tech classroom na magiging different ka sa mga ibang colleges in your nearby areas or region, di ba? And then, dapat, i-hire mo rin yung mga qualified instructors. So, sa pag ganito, papasok dito yung cost efficiency. Kasi hindi naman basta-basta to na i-implement nang walang kalakip na pera or budget, di ba? Pero if you want, kailangan natin mag-invest. So, pati sa marketing and recruitment, kailangan rin mag-invest. And then, mag-iisip sila na isang technology wherein makakapagpa-retain sila ng mga student. Ano bang mga pwede nating i-promote? Ano ba pwede nating i-offer to retain our student, di ba? So yung college leadership assess whether its goal had been assessed, dun na. Sa mga next few years, i-assess nila. Ito ba, nag-invest tayo dito sa high-tech classroom, nag-invest tayo sa mga qualified instructor. Na-achieve ba natin yung goal natin? Na-achieve ba natin? Na-increase ba natin yung number of enrollees? So, yun yung isa sa mga strategic management. Alam ko naman na marami pa yan, lalo na nasa iba't ibang sector tayo sa mga trabaho natin ngayon, where ina-apply natin tong strategic management. Next is, why is strategic management important? Bakit nga ba? Kasi hindi naman kailangan, sabi nung pag maliit yung company, baka naman pang malaking company lang yan. Or sasabihin ng iba, ay, pampatagal lang yan, i-implement na natin agad. So, the purpose of strategic management is to help a company find ways to be more competitive. Ganun naman, di ba? Pag naging competitive tayo, lalo tayong magtatagal sa industry. Yung mga tignan nyo, yung mga, may mga, where can you see your company 5 years from now? Kasi competitive ka, you want to be, take advantage from the rest of your competitor. So to that end, putting strategic plans into practice is the most important aspect of this approach. Some action steps that companies may take to execute their strategic management plans includes identifying the benchmark, so realigning yung resources, whether financial and human, then putting leadership resources in place to oversee the creation, sale, and deployment of products and services. So, lagi may benchmark yan eh. Kunwari, yung mag-i-increase ka ng enrollees, lagi kayong may target. Sa 100 enrollees natin ngayon, ang goal natin in the next few years, dapat maging 150 siya. Lagi kang may benchmark. Hindi lang sa basta nag-increase. Lagi kasing, pag gumagawa kasi lagi ng strategic planning, lagi yan may numbers. Kasi laging dapat naka-align ka sa ano ba yung target, ano yung goal. So dito, sa next topic natin, meron tayong mga trends and challenges in modern business operations. Hindi naman yan basta-basta lang na execute. Along the way, meron rin mga challenges na hindi natin ma-execute yung plan natin kasi ito yung may mga hadlang na tinatawag. So, let's find out kung ano-ano ba ito. So, first is, technological advancement. One prominent trend in modern business operation is the rapid pace of technological advancement. So technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and automation are reshaping how business operates. So automation, for instance, is streamlining routine tasks, reducing error, and enhancing overall efficiency in various industries. So minsan, yan trends na yan, nagiging challenge sa isang company, especially kapag wala pang budget, di ba? Kasi, mapapabilis niya nga yung operations, pero kailangan muna natin maglabas ng pera para makabili tayo ng mga bagong system or para ma-automate itong ganitong klase. Matatandaan nyo, hindi ko alam kung familiar pa kayo, pero dati dumaan tayo sa MMS, meron mga, lalo na yung mga matagal nang nagtatrabaho sa MMS, sa Oracle. Pero ngayon, napakarami ng artificial intelligence na ino-offer sa mga company para mas lalong mapabilis at may streamline yung mga routine tasks. May mga tasks kasi dati, natandaan ko pa nung rank and file pa ako, lahat ng report ng branch, ipinapadala nila sa amin in Excel file, tapos ko yun, ipiprint ko isa-isa and then i-consolidate ko. Ngayon, ginagamit na namin visual intelligence, lahat yun nakukuha na namin in one click. Sige, Ms. Reggie, may i-share ka about dito sa technological advancement?
Ay, hello. Napindot ko lang, Ma'am Jonah. Pero sige, sasagot na rin ako in the technological advancement. Well,
Yes.
nowadays talaga, the technology was very much in demand even years ago eh. Kasi even the Golden ABC who managed the oxygen, pen shop, in their warehouse, robotic will the one in charge to inventory all the items. Yes, oo. Inano din nila yan. Oo, very minimal lang siguro, especially yung mga talagang skilled, like siguro mga operator, yung kasi syempre nilalagay sa gondolas yan eh. Ibig sabihin yung mga ibang mga item nasa gondolas. Siguro in that way kailangan nila ng human kasi ino-operate yung mga machines like lifter, forklift, something like that. And also even in the banks, nowadays all the banks, you don't have to call with them. What you have to do is to have a chatbot. Mostly all the banks ngayon ganun na yung way of communication eh. Before we sanay tayo natatawag sa telephone, sa trunk line nila.
Sanay pa din ako dyan. Gusto ko may totoong tao akong kausap.
Yeah, oo. But nowadays, only emails. And if not emails, you can only have conversations with them using the chatbot. Otherwise, they will be able not to, hindi ka nila i-entertain. Parang most of the, yun ngayon yung setup ngayon eh. But sometimes gusto pa rin natin may nakakausap tayo kasi parang we feel na hindi.
Tao ako nakakausap, lalo na sa customer service.
Oo. Ganun na ngayon. So, napaka-advanced talaga ng technology. Sabi mo nga, parang narinig ko kanina during the introduction of the technological aspect, sabi mo kailangan mag-adapt na din talaga ngayon ng lahat ng company. Otherwise, mapag-iiwanan talaga ang isang company kapag hindi siya nag-go with the technology.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Kaya siya part dun sa trends and challenges. Challenges kasi it requires money, di ba? Kaya nandun siya sa part ng challenges. Pero in a way, investment naman siya. Thank you, Miss Reggie. Miss Anna, may share po kayo?
Oo, good morning. Mag-share lang ako pero wala naman to sa production and operations. Sa service sa amin. Tungkol sa technological advancement. So ngayon kasi makaka-pay, file and pay ka online. Yan, isa sa technological advancement yan. Dati kasi kailangan mo pa magpunta sa mga offices ng BIR bago ka makapag-file at makapag-pay na magpupunta ka ng bangko. Ngayon, pwede ka na mag-GCash, pwede ka nang through online banking process. So yun yung mga technological advancement naman sa service kasi wala naman ako sa production. So yun lang, share ko lang yun.
at least, di ba, atong ano na to, technological advancement, it does not only apply to production, to operation, pero yan, sa mga services sa government, we can pay at the comfort of our home. Because of technology, hindi mo na siya pwedeng gawing excuse na hindi ka nakapagbayad kasi may nasa work ka. Di ba?
Share ko lang rin, Miss Jonna, kanina kasi nabanggit nyo na yung iba pa rin gusto pa rin na makausap. Parang sa amin din, kahit na may mga ini-introduce kang new services, online services, ang mga taxpayers, gusto pa rin nila nagpupunta sa mga district offices, which is, inaano na nga sana namin yun, binabawasan na namin na wala nang masyadong magpunta sa mga district offices. So, parang ang binibigay na lang sana namin is puro online transactions. So, pero hindi natin kasi mapipigil ang tao eh. So, kahit meron technological advancement, hindi pa rin lahat sumusunod.
Oo. Hindi naman kasi lahat na hindi naman lahat is okay sa change. Lalo na mga siguro mga millennials ngayon, Gen Z, sila yan mga more on technological advancement. Pero ako nga, gusto ko pa din nagbabayad ng bills, sa bills payment, kahit pwede naman na magbayad online. Gusto ko kasi may resibo ako makukuha na galing sa kanila para legit. Dahil sa dami na rin naman kasi ng scammer ngayon, di ba? Pero maganda tong technological advancement kapag nagamit lang siya ng tama. Isa yan sa magiging way para rin hindi lang sa company maging advance, pero yung buong Pilipinas, 'di ba? Kasi yan yung ginagamit ng mga ibang bansa for them to be way ahead from one country to another. So we have also digital transformation, isa rin daw to sa challenges ng mga business operation. The pervasive influence of digital technologies is another notable trend. So, businesses are increasingly adapting digital solutions for communications, collaborations, and data analysis. Meron tayong cloud computing, data analytics, and Internet of Things are the integral components of digital transformation. So, offering scalability, real-time insights, and improved decision-making capabilities. Grabe, dito sa digital transformation, na-amaze ako sa kayang gawin ng AI. Ang tagal-tagal kong iniisip. Tapos tinanong ko lang kay ChatGPT na naibigay niya lahat ng sagot sa akin. Grabe ito. Na-amaze ako dito sa digital transformation, which is, mas marami pa siyang pwedeng maitulong sa atin. Meron kasi akong inatinan na isang session sa amin. Meron kaming session na kung nagamit lang ng tama itong mga artificial intelligence na to or itong digital transformation na to, this will really create big impact sa company and atin as personal and then as a country. So, medyo lang talaga rin siya, challenge siya sa some of the business operation. Pero eto na yung trend We have to adapt para hindi rin tayo mapag-iwanan. Tignan nyo, yung mga hindi naka-adapt, yan yung mga nagsasara na. Hindi na nila nakikita yung sarili nilang business 5 years from now kasi hindi sila nakaka-adapt sa technological advancement and digital transformation. So next is we have the supply chain resilience. So matatandaan natin na yung COVID-19 pandemic is one of the highlighted vulnerabilities in global supply chain, di ba? Leading to an increased focus on supply resilience. Businesses are now reevaluating and restructuring their supply chain strategies to mitigate risk, reduce dependencies, and enhance adaptability in the face of unforeseen disruption. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na meron tayong mga unforeseen disruption, whether pagputok pa yan ng vulkan or epidemic, sakit. Sa amin, sa SM, nag-open ba kami? Nag-open pa rin ba kami kahit pandemic na? Yes, nag-open pa rin kami. May mga ginawa kaming mga iba't ibang ways para kasi services kami, merchandise and services ang SM So, as part of the operations, we have to do something. The management has to do something to this supply chain resilience. So, dyan na-create yung call to deliver. We can still deliver product and services at the comfort of your home, di ba? So, ganun din yung mga ibang company. Diyan nabuhay yung mga angkas, mga rider, na hindi natin akalain na dati wala namang ganon. Pupila pa tayo pagkahaba-haba para lang bumili ng cake pag may birthday, di ba? Ngayon, magbabayad ka lang sa rider, tapos basta may pera ka, meron ka, madideliver na sa'yo yung pagkain or yung item na gusto mo. So, yan yung mga iba't ibang ginagawa natin to adapt in the face of unforeseen disruption. And then, uulitin natin itong sustainability and social responsibility. Ano rin to, may mga business rin kasi na iniisip nila challenge to at saka part of the trend, pero challenge rin sa kanila. There is growing emphasis kasi on the sustainability and social responsibility in the modern business operations, di ba? Consumers and stakeholders are increasingly conscious of the environment and social impact. Incorporating ethical consideration into their operations to align with changing societal expectation. Yung sa sustainability, yung na-discuss namin kanina ni Reggie, is yan, environmental friendly ba? Gumagamit ba tayo ng plastic? Nagre-recycle ba tayo ng tubig? Gumagamit ba tayo ng solar, especially sa mga malalaking company? Dito naman sa social responsibility, dito pumapasok yung may foundation. Hindi lang puro benta, hindi lang puro pera. May give back days tayo. May ginatawag tayong give back days wherein the profit or some of the profit of the organization, they give back to the community. So, may mga company na rin na hindi nakaka-align dito kasi minsan siguro dahil hindi pa sila kumikita, how can they give kung sa mga empleyado nga nila hindi pa sapat, di ba? So, yan yung nagiging challenge sa iba. Pero this challenge, nagiging good impact rin to kasi dun sa mga kahit small businesses, kapag nakita ng market na ay talaga, kunwari si Happy Toothpaste, tumutulong siya sa may mga kapansanan, di ba? Tatangkilikin nila yun Yun yung isa sa nakita ko na tayo yung empathy natin kapag nakikita natin, itong company na to, mabait siya sa may mga kapansanan, itong company na to, maraming napapaaral na mga estudyante, natangkilikin natin sila. Yun yung tinatawag na social responsibility. Hindi man tayo, consumer, nakatulong directly dun sa mga organization or dun sa mga, ang tawag dito, mga foundation, pero dahil tinatangkilit natin yung product ng mga tumutulong doon, parang nakatulong na rin tayo in a way. So next is e-commerce and omni-channel operation. With the rise of e-commerce, businesses are adapting their operations to meet the demands of the online retail. An omni-channel approach integrating various sales channels seamlessly is becoming essential. This trend involves optimizes both online and offline customer experience, often leveraging advanced logistic and inventory management system. Dito yung pumapasok yung sinasabi ko kanina na pwede na tayo bumili online sa Shopee, sa Lazada. Kami rin meron sa SM Online. Baka gusto niyo rin tumingin. So eto, lahat na ng klaseng channel, whether walk-in, delivery, or you want to shop at the comfort of your home, may iba't ibang pages na rin. Alam ko sila Reggie, meron din silang page nasa Wilcon, and then hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa store, makakabili ka na rin. Eto, pwedeng i-adapt ng mga iba't ibang company. So, challenge siya sa iba kasi another system na naman ito that include cost, pero in a way, long-term objective to, long-term strategic plan na makakatulong in a long-term way na kahit pa 5 years o 10 years, yung e-commerce na yan, nandyan na yan mag-i-improve at mag-i-improve na lang siya. Pero at least, nandun ka na, nakaka-trend ka na, isa ka na sa gumagamit. Next is agile and flexible operations. Dito naman sa agile and flexible operation, modern businesses operation are embracing agility and flexibility. Agile methodologies originally popular in software development are being applied to various business functions. This approach allows organizations to respond swiftly to changing market conditions, customer preferences, and technological advancement. So, hindi mo na kailangan maghintay ng napakatagal para, kunwari, nawala yung internet mo, maghintay ka pa ng, anong oras ba darating yung para maayos tong internet? Pwede na nila online na lang yun gagawin May sasabihin, mahihingin lang sila yung mga information sa'yo. And then, maya-maya, restored na yung internet mo, di ba ganun kabilis, ganun kadali na yung mga company very flexible para maka-adjust sa ganitong klaseng development, especially sa mga software. Another challenges and trends is itong cyber security challenges. So, syempre, as business increasingly rely on digital technologies, may mga risk rin dyan on cyber threats. So, cybersecurity has become a critical challenge in modern business operations. So, the organization must invest in robust cybersecurity measures to protect sensitive data, maintain customer trust, and ensure the continuity of operations. So, kung nabalitaan nyo dito, ang UCC isa sa na ano ng cybersecurity, sir, ano ka pa ba doon? Updated ka doon, sir, na-hack daw tayo yung ating system. Kaya hindi tayo nakapag-enroll. Isa kami doon sa hindi nakapag-enroll agad. Kasi 'di ba nag-a-adapt tayo na gusto sana natin lahat online na maganda naman. Kaya lang yan may mga threat and risk. So, ang maganda dito i-intensify yung mga security wherein syempre mga data yung pinoprotektahan natin eh. May mga sensitive data na wherein kapag nakuha siya o napunta siya sa masasamang loob, magamit siya sa ibang paraan. Kaya may mga company talaga na challenge sa kanya yan kung kailangan ba, gagamit tayo niyan, baka magamit lang sa iba yung natin, mga information. Kaya dyan pumasok yung DPA or Data Privacy Act. Na wherein, kapag nagbigay tayo ng data, we want to make sure na yung company na nanghingi ng data natin, they are responsible enough kung ano man mangyari dun sa mga data in case na magkaroon ng leakage. Next is talent management and remote work. So, the nature of work is involving an increased focus on remote and flexible work arrangement. Talent management is a key challenge as a business adapt to this new shift. Recruiting, retraining, and effectively managing distributed workforce requires new strategies, technologies, and organizational culture. Dito, maraming nakaka-relate sa atin dito dahil alam ko ilan sa atin dito is part ng work from home, 'di ba? It doesn't make you less of a person kung sa bahay ka na nagtatrabaho. It doesn't makes you less productive kung nasa bahay ka nagtatrabaho as long as you deliver results. So yun yung isa sa mga maganda ng itong talent management and remote work. Pero may mga challenges rin to sa ibang company. May mga company na hindi rin nakaka-adapt sa ganitong klaseng change. Pero as the times goes by, may mga company talaga na hindi naman talaga kailangan ng physical especially kung hindi ka naman sa operations, kung sa back-end ka lang. Pero kami, kunwari sa SM, mag-remote work kami, syempre hindi siya applicable. So, pero may mga work na kung kaya naman sa bahay at magagawa naman sa bahay, inaalaw na rin naman ng mga company kasi ito na rin naman yung trend. Challenge lang siya sa iba. Syempre, case-to-case basis pa rin naman siya. Pero at the end of the day, kailangan natin makisabay para hindi mapag-iwanan yung company natin. So, meron pa ba? So, eto lang, idagdag ko lang yung mga disadvantages. Syempre yan, may budget versus cost, somewhat highly time-consuming, and unfortunately may not pay off kasi hindi naman lahat ng binanggit natin is magiging successful at the end of the day. So, may mga disadvantage talaga siya. Pero, syempre, hindi naman natin ginawa yun para sa disadvantage, di ba? Ginawa natin yun para sa long-term advancement. So if your organization or your team is eager to fight against the negative to pursue the positive, then yes, it may work. Kasi ang tanong dyan is strategic management for the right one for your organization? So case-to-case basis yan. Kasi nga yung iba dyan, talagang kailangan ng malaking pera. Lalo na when it comes to system. Kasi bibili nila sila ng system eh. However, do not ignore that the above-mentioned drawbacks while doing so. Kasi yan, magkaroon ka man ng drawbacks, makakatulong yan sa mga future endeavor mo para maging successful ka. Para maging successful yung company. Meron lang akong kuhang excerpt ng model ng strategic management process for our future reference. Pero syempre, yung strategic management, katulad nga nung nabanggit ko sa unang part ng report ko, may external and internal kasi yan, factor. Wherein, from the management, para na mag-iisip ng mga plans hanggang dun sa atin sa mga empleyado or sa mga staff natin kung paano nila tatanggapin yung changes na to. So that's the end of my report regarding strategic management. Any idea or meron po ba kayong gustong i-share? So that's all for strategic management, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam. No, of course, it is important that we need to understand the strategic management of the production and operation management. As what our presenter mentioned, that we need to look into some technological advancement and the importance, of course, the challenges that we need to look into with this strategic management and production, specifically for production and operation management, as I mentioned earlier. And what else? The technology and innovation kasi is important role in strategic management within this course. No? The adoption of advanced technologies, katulad doon sinabi ko kanina, mga automation, no? Artificial intelligence, and data analytics can significantly enhance production efficiency, quality, no, and flexibility. So your respective organizations may strategically invest, no, in these technologies that can gain a competitive advantage by reducing costs, no, improving product quality, no, and accelerating time to market. Because I think everybody is also agree with me that innovation is also pivotal for staying ahead, no, in competitive market. No? This include not only product innovation but also process innovation, no? Finding new ways to improve production processes, no, reduce waste and increase efficiencies. No? Companies that foster a culture of innovation and continuously seek to improve their operations are better positioned, no, to respond to market changes, customer demands, and technological advancement. Kanina yung presenter natin, ginawa niya pa example yung pag-add ng mga cashiers and so on. No? So we need to look into the demand, no, of our customers, no, and applying, of course, the customer or technological advancement. So in the rapidly changing business environment, continuous evaluation and adaptation of the operation strategy are essential. Kasi nga, pag sinabi kasi natin strategic management, pumapasok agad yung SWOT analysis, no? So SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, that is internal. You need to assess the internal process, no? Ano ba yung strength ng company, ano yung weakness ng company. Pag sinabi naman natin syempre na opportunities at saka threat, external yon. Possible yung mga political, environmental, na yun yung mga consideration. So, therefore, it is required, no, regularly, no, assessing the effectiveness of the current operations, no, strategy, and making adjustment, no, as needed to respond, no, to changes in the market, technology, and the competitive landscape. Again, strategic management is in production and operation management is not one-time activity, no, but an ongoing process that requires a constant attention and refinement. Take note of that. Because if you are a manager right now, companies that successfully integrate the strategic management into their operation and operations functions are better equipped to achieve long-term success. Sabi nga dyan, ang SM, ang Wilcon, anywhere na, makikita mo na sila, no? Ang lalaki ng ano nila. So, I believe that by aligning operations with business strategy, no, optimizing resource allocation, and continuously improving processes, this organization can create a sustainable competitive advantage and thrive in a dynamic and a complex business environment. So I think that's it for this topic.
very interesting, no? So this will be our everyday functions, no? Even I am in the academy, still we need to look into the strategic management, no? I have
Services sir, applicable siya no?
Yeah.
Kasi doon nasa production and operations yung ano natin, pero kahit sa services po, applicable rin siya. Katulad ng sinabi ni Miss Ana.
Yes.